a lot of you might not know who we are. I'm Max from Canada.
I'm Suji from Thailand.
We are a couple, we're married, we live in Thailand, countryside in the middle of nowhere with our 12 dogs that are everywhere in the room here. We're in the bedroom. Hopefully they're not going to make noise and everything will be fine. So, Suji, do you know any invention from Sweden? No?
No.
That's amazing because me neither. I know IKEA and I cannot think of anything. So it's going to be very interesting because this video by FTD Facts is about 10 surprising Swedish invention and discovery. He said surprising, which means that from a foreigner point of view, it's probably going to be surprising. So yeah.
Let's get started.
Okay, so let's start off with the first invention. In the year 1958, Rune Elquist developed a battery-run artificial pacemaker. Now, this was used for the very first pacemaker operation done by a surgeon
my granddad had this. It's like when your heart not functioning properly, they put some kind of device, they put an incision, and they put some kind of device, and there's my granddad had some kind of gadget, and it helped bring electricity to the heart. A pacemaker that makes sure that your heart is gonna keep like getting the electricity you need and everything.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can explain it.
The operation was done at the Karolinska University.
My granddad lived like 30 years with that. He was 94 when he passed away.
So yeah, pacemakers, I had no idea were invented by Swedes. So if you're not familiar how pacemakers work, they go under the heart of the person that you operated on, and it sends electric pulses to the heart so the muscles can expand.
See that thing here? You know that,
so it can regulate your heartbeat.
When the sinoatrial node fails to function correctly, an artificial pacemaker can be fitted to help regulate the heartbeat with small, evenly timed electric shocks.
And I just said, you would think that like, wow, how long are you going to survive with this? I think my granddad survived like 30 years with this. And he was 90-something when he passed away. Yeah, it's very effective.
Implanting electrodes into one or more of the heart's chambers and implanting a device called the generator just under the skin. For more severe heart conditions, an implantable defibrillator, or ICD, can be used, which is also capable of sensing a stopped heart and delivering an electric shock powerful enough to restart it.
Also, this thing, the Celsius thermometer, came out of Sweden. It was developed by the Swedish mathematician and astronomer by the name of Anders Celsius. Clearly, you see where the name came from. Anders Celsius made massive contributions in the field of astronomy, and this new thermometer that he invented that measured 100 degrees between freezing and boiling, this was really his claim to fame, and the majority of countries in the world use Celsius thermometers.
I know what he's gonna say. Why is the US still using Fahrenheit? Even in Canada, we use Celsius. I think only in the US they use Fahrenheit. Celsius is used everyone except the US. I don't know why.
It's a very common measurement system now. Without that, we'd probably be stuck with just trying to calculate temperature in Fahrenheit. And I don't know, like I'm not the greatest at math, but just trying to figure out how to calculate in Fahrenheit, like, it hurts my brain. So thank you, Brother Celsius. Next up, we have the 3-point seatbelt. This seatbelt formation is pretty much standard in all vehicles now, and it was developed by Niels Bohlin, who is a Swedish inventor as well as a safety engineer. And this is back in 1959 when he created this for the automobile company Volvo. And the reason why these seatbelts are shaped like a Y.
1959, that was long after the first car. Nobody came before that, and it's still quite effective. Even though I would say I'm waiting for a better method than this. I think it's
it's because if you get into an accident,
for an evolution,
it really disperses energy across your body, so it's not just like maybe get ripped in half or something, but this kind of really holds you in place so that you're not ripped in half when you crash. I know it's a pretty graphic example, but let's just say that these seat belts save a lot of lives. Statistically, 1 life every 6 minutes to be exact.
Wow. If you look at a 3-point safety belt 50 years ago compared to a 3-point safety belt today, it's a huge difference. The basic principles are still there. You can put it on using one hand. It has a good geometry. It's holding the upper body, the lower body.
It's quite effective.
But whatever we will do, we'll still have those basic principles.
But personally, my problem with this belt is it's really not comfortable. And also how it positioned on the car, sometimes it like touch the side of your hips. To me, it's not comfortable. I'm waiting for like a better invention. Do you agree or?
Well,
the seat belt?
I don't know. I feel like I'm addicted. When
to the seat belt?
Yeah, I have to put it because I feel empty if I don't do it. I think
it's also because in Thailand, the passenger seat, the seat belt is from the left side to the right side. And for me, it's not. I prefer when the seat belt is on my left, but in Thailand it's on my right. So I think to me it's and because in Canada we drive on the other side of the road, so.
Over 100 years ago, Coca-Cola introduced this unique bottle to the rest of the world. Now you show the soda bottle to somebody and right away they'll recognize it. Oh, that's the Coke bottle. But few people know that this design was created by the Swedish man by the name of Alexander Samuelsson. He was told to create a bottle that people could recognize in the dark just by touching it, or if it was lying on the ground, broken or whatever, people could still recognize it.
Now, funny enough, in Canada we don't use these bottles. We use only the can or the plastic one. But in Thailand they use a lot of these
glass.
Yeah, the glass one.
Yeah.
It's very popular. And like in Thailand, every street food place that you go, they're gonna have those kind of fridge outside. You can open the bottle with like the door. They're gonna have things that you can use to open it. You don't need to use some kind of tool or something. Yeah, we don't have any of that in Canada.
More than delivered on this one. Now, the invention of the ultrasound also has its roots in Sweden. The Swedish doctor by the name of Inge Elder, he worked alongside the Austrian researcher Karl Helmut Hertz, and they developed the first ultrasound. This became the primary non-invasive way to examine our hearts as well as
this is what I was going to say, the medical field, right?
Yeah.
And things that we also use these days, like we all still use ultrasound. It's not like an invention that you use and you found a better way. It's like we have not found a better way for the seatbelt or for the ultrasound yet.
Do they have free healthcare?
And of course, when mothers want to determine whether or not they're pregnant or really just check the gender of their baby, they use ultrasound. So this is another invention that completely changed history. And like, what would we do without this next invention? Like, wearing pants just wouldn't be the same. The modern day zipper was created by a Swedish American inventor Gideon Sundbach. He had improved upon an earlier, not so effective version that was created back in the year 1913. And this new version that he designed, he called it the separable fastener, and then he patented it in the year 1917. And now we use them.
I like the zipper, but again, it's reminding me of the seatbelt. It's something that like, it gets stuck, sometimes it breaks. I don't wear jeans. I have not worn jeans for a very long time. I don't find it comfortable, and I think the zipper, especially when you gain some weight or something like this, like me.
I have zipper too.
Yeah, I don't. Do you like the zipper?
Well, it's part of your clothes.
But you have it in your back. You know,
like our whole dress.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good invention, but I feel like there's need to be a better way to improve on this.
Separable just like the fastener, and then he patented it in the year 1917. And now we use them when wearing pants or trousers if you're from the UK, as well as other backpacks and other kind of bags.
Oh yeah.
Now, for those of you who are watching this video on your computer, I can almost bet 100% of you are watching it on a flat screen monitor. Sven Thorborn Lagerwall, he discovered the ferroelectric liquid crystals back in the year 1979, and this is a technology that led to the development of the flat screen monitors. And from that discovery, flat screen monitors went into mass production since the year 1994.
Wow.
That's the reason why I bought mine. This monitor has a 60 Hz refresh rate with a 1 millisecond grade-to-grade response time.
Better than mine.
Also, many families and people out there would probably have gone bankrupt if it wasn't for the invention of Skype. Yeah, you get to save a lot of money on those long-distance calls to your relatives overseas.
But Skype, it sounds sweet. It sounds Scandinavian, like Skype.
I don't know. I always think it's about sky all the time.
The sky?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, how's your day?
What's good?
But what you didn't know is that this came out of the mind of a Swedish man. His name was Niklas Zenström, and he co-developed Skype, and he worked with a team including a Danish inventor by the name of Janos Friis. Creating Skype, of course, capitalized on the use of internet technology, and in the year 2011, Microsoft bought it for $8.5 billion US. And I always thought that Microsoft invented Skype. Nope. So again, we gotta say thank you to the nation of Sweden for saving the rest of us a whole lot of money.
Is it used that much?
Don't use old
Is it used that much, Skype these days? I know in Thailand they don't use it. In Canada, when I use it, but I feel like it's one of those inventions that was more popular like 10 years ago. This one, I feel like there's other things that people use. Skype feel like old people thing that use. Anyway, maybe.
People telephones anymore. I thought it was pretty important to share this invention. The Swedish telecommunications company Ericsson was founded by Lars Magnus Ericsson in the year 1876. And the company's first ultra successful product was the telephone handset. It had the mic where you spoke in as well as the earpiece to listen to all in one. Before that, with telephones, you had to hold the microphone in one hand and hold the earpiece in the other hand. Pretty annoying, but this just put it all together in one and just made it so much easier.
This though, with the cell phone, I don't know anyone that uses a telephone anymore.
Yeah.
Old people, but telephone become completely useless. I grew up with the telephone. I'm old, so yeah.
Me too.
Every achievement has been further proof that the frontiers of progress have no limit.
And finally, the last invention and discovery that I want to share that came out of Sweden was the safety matches.
Safety matches.
Really?
Suji loved this.
Matches, of course, have been around
In
for
fact, we have these everywhere in the house. Suji's Buddhist, so when she does those little praying ceremonies, she always light up those matches.
This one surprised me
Yeah, why?
because I thought it appeared in Thailand.
You thought it was Thai?
Yo.
Okay.
long time, right? But they were very dangerous, so you really had to know what you're doing, or else you'd get burned and burn up everything and everyone else around you. However, thanks to Gustav Erk-Potch, we don't have to worry so much about that anymore. He had decided to move the flammable phosphorus, which was embedded in the match head, to the side of the matchbox, as well as replace the poisonous yellow phosphorus with a red version of the phosphorus that was non-toxic. And because of this, matches became a lot safer. And this was huge for the Swedish economy because several times in history, 75% of all matches sold in the world were coming from Sweden.
Like more like selfless discovery. You make discovery for the greater goods of the society rather than for the greediness of the profit. Like for example, before the reaction, I read in the comment that, see the seatbelt. The inventor never filed a patent for his invention because it was his opinion that this invention belonged to humanity. So he don't make any like profit past what he did with the seatbelt. So when I say that like it's more like a humane, the invention are meant for the right reason, this is a good proof of that. I'm pretty sure that many don't know about Carl von Linné, who categorized all the animal and plant on Earth in Latin. Every Latin name of animal or plant is because of him.
Oh.
Whoa, I didn't know that. People say that the dynamite is also a Swedish invention. Also the refrigerator, the ventilator, Bluetooth,
What?
ATM, and Spotify also.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Everything is important here.
Yeah, a lot of important invention.